Hello, my name is Tony Stockwell. As most of you know, I'm a working medium, and I've been working in this way for a long time. So each time I come up with something new in my work, I like to share it, in the hope, I guess, that others may respond and potentially resonate with what I'm saying. But just the other day, I was working with a demonstration of mediumship, and something odd happened. And I had clear information. Those of you again knowing the work of mediums, you'll know how it works. We have to say enough things to begin with that really resonate with an individual in the group, and for them to respond with some kind of surety that we've got their spirit person or their set of circumstances. So I was a good way through a dem. And I then had other information. I had a lady from the spirit world, and the first thing I felt clearly was that she was gay, looking for her wife, that they were school teachers, and then two names came. One with a J, felt very important, and a name Claire. And who in the group would understand? Well, no one understood. So those of you that are working mediums, you'll recognize this awful tumbleweed moment where you think, oh God, what's happened here? It's not working. Then after a while, a friend of mine put a hand up and said, oh, you know, it's a bit awkward, but I think what you're talking of. I have two friends, both teachers. The names fit, gay ladies, both married. Oh, and I'd also said links to the States, and both these ladies work, and rather more live in the States. And but she said, but the problem is the lady you're referring to hasn't passed. So I thought, oh my word, what on earth's going on here? So a lot of things come up, you know, during this first moment, thinking what's happened here. So we have information that's recognized by an individual in the group as concrete enough. American teachers, ladies, married, names, etc. But both alive. And so it got me thinking, really, what is that about? Is that something that happens psychically? And of course, others, no doubt, who know the work are all shouting already, Tony, it's psychic, it's psychic, it's psychic. But it didn't feel psychic. And what anyway is psychic, other than the innate knowingness of the incarnate soul self? That's another topic for another day. And where does this information come from? And I'm just thinking, really, is it because of the time and the difference in time? Whilst I'm demonstrating, was the lady in the States getting up, lying in, had she dozed off? And apparently the story is there is some other issue with regards to these two lovely ladies, where one of them may be a little concerned for health, etc. at this time. And so really what I'm just saying to all of you here is the wonderful thing about mediumship is we are increasingly okay with the understanding that when we pass over, that the human spirit moves on to a different space, a different swathe rather of understanding, a new appreciation of what life is. We move on to something else. But I've encountered again many times people coming through with Alzheimer's and with dementia, people who are poorly unwell, people who are in a coma, people who might be addicted to alcohol, drugs, and in a poor physical, emotional, mental state. And it doesn't feel like psychic. And this is the very clear understanding I want to offer you here. It's transcending psychic as I know it, and it's moving into a totally different space where it still feels like their spirit is reaching out to be recognized and understood and appreciated at this time. So I think what I'm coming down to is this very simple idea, that is, the human spirit is able to manifest whilst somebody is alive. Our own spirit selves are able to travel. See, the old term would be astral travel, but that doesn't always seem as true as it might have done, although I do believe that happens, of course. But I think it's possible that our souls, our spirits, are multifaceted and so completely enormous, and are able to have multifaceted experiences whilst incarnate. Those can be more aware that we are able at times to communicate with spirits, but they don't always need to be discarnate. Sometimes we're able to connect with the incarnate soul selves of others, and increasingly and more so when there's a greater need to communicate. I'm reminded, and I may well have shared, so please forgive me if it's true, but of a demonstration I did up north back maybe 2 years ago, where a man came through with detail, with name, with Alzheimer's, 2 granddaughters in the group, and told us that he was passing. I'm granddad, I think his name was Bill from memory. I'm going now, tell your dad I'll be fine. And between the first half and the second half of that demonstration, the man had died. So he came to the demonstration, told his granddaughters he was dying, had died. Time we finished the demonstration complete, the ladies came up and said, he's gone. And felt blessed to know it, because they couldn't grieve in the same way. They grieved for his physical loss, of course, but they knew that he'd already communicated before he died. Where am I going with this? Be aware that our human spirits are vast and are far more able to communicate, be involved in, and manifest in so much more than we might appreciate with just our ordinary physical earth senses. I'll leave it with you to consider, and if you want to give me your comments, I'd be happy to receive them, but I'll leave that for today. But thank you very much indeed for listening to me. God bless everyone.